Hey everyone, it's Patrick and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite products from the month of January, ranging from body care, fragrance, makeup, and skincare. I don't really have anything more to say, so let's get into it. If you've been keeping up with me on my socials and on my YouTube for the past month, then this first product should be no surprise to you at all, and that is the Saie Super Glowy Gel in the shade Rose Glow. Ever since I bought this product in the beginning of January, there literally has not been a day that I haven't used this. Even on days where I don't wear makeup, I have been loving this shade specifically because I do have more of a neutral, cool, pinky peachy undertone. So this meshes in with my skin tone really perfectly. It adds a really nice boost of glowiness and hydration to my skin. I have been a really big fan of the Saie Super Glowy Gels in the past couple years. I've owned the shades Star Glow and Sun Glow, but I really do think that this Rose Glow shade is 1000% my favorite because it is that kind of rosy pinky undertone. I also find that the pearl in this compared to Sun Glow and Star Glow is a lot finer. It almost looks more like an ethereal and natural lit from within glow than a kind of glow booster glow. I am wearing it under all this makeup right now, and as you can see, it's giving me this really nice lit from within glow. It peeks through the foundation really nicely and almost gives your skin a nice radiance boost without looking so Tin Man or highlightery. I 1000% see myself using this throughout this entire year and repurchasing multiples of these. I honestly cannot see my makeup without using this anymore. The next product is a new release from this month, and I'm talking about the new Kosas Revealer Extra Bright Serum Powered Color Correctors. And full disclaimer, I did just want to say Kosas did send these to me at the beginning of this month. However, I'm not being paid to talk about these. I'm not being paid to say anything about them. They just sent these to me to review them with my own honesty, and I truly do not have anything bad to say about these. I love these so much. What I like about these and a lot of other Kosas products is that Kosas always packs skincare into their makeup products, which is why I like them, because I feel like they're so good on the skin and they don't break me out, and if anything, they make my skin actually better the more I wear them. These have hyaluronic acid as well as caffeine and peptides. The caffeine I find is really good, especially when you're putting these on in the morning. It basically kind of constricts your blood vessels, so it gets rid of that puffy look, it gets rid of that inflamed kind of look. I have the shade Illusion, which is a peach for fair to light skin tones, and I love using this on days where I don't wear makeup because this meshes in with my natural skin tone so perfectly. It also cancels out all the blue and purple tones under my eyes. My under eyes look really naturally radiant and vibrant whenever I use the shade Illusion. However, today I am wearing the shade Magic, which is a bright pink for fair to light skin tones as well. I really love this color corrector specifically for when I'm doing pinky blush looks, for example, like today. I feel like it really helps blend in your concealer with your blush really nicely and seamlessly. And as you can see, my under eyes look extremely bright without looking so pale and washed out. They just add this nice radiance, and like they make my under eyes look like I have under eye filler. Like you cannot really see the hollows under my eyes. It just reflects the light so beautifully. When you apply your concealer on top of it, no matter what concealer I'm using, whether that's the Kosas one or like the House Labs one, everything always works so well with these color correctors, and I feel like they don't disrupt the makeup on top or underneath. So if you struggle with puffy under eyes, dark under eyes, hollow under eyes, anything that you want to get rid of under your eyes, if you want to brighten them up and give them a little more skincare and more TLC, I highly recommend using these. I'm gonna switch things up for you guys so it doesn't get too boring. So I'm not gonna talk about makeup real quick. We're gonna talk about fragrance. The fragrance that I have been loving this entire month has been the Matcha 26 from Labo. And before I actually tell you guys what I love about this fragrance, I want to tell you guys a, I guess, funny story. To me, it's funny at least. So this perfume was actually bought from my friend's Kira, and even on the bottle, it literally says for Kira. I had sent her a TikTok about the like trending predictions for 2025, and someone had said that like rice and matcha and a lot of these like more Asian like culture scents are going to be trending in the year of 2025, and she had agreed with me and she liked the TikTok, and I know she wanted to get a Labo fragrance, and I thought it was this one. So I ordered this, and she was like, maybe I should get the perfume, and I texted her, I was like, babes, you don't have to, because I got it for you. And she FaceTimed me and she was like, Patrick, you got the wrong one. And I was like, oh. But she was so sweet about it. Like, she was really thankful. But I told her, I was like, hopefully I end up liking this, because I don't want this to go to waste, because you cannot return fragrances at Labo because they are pretty much like almost custom. The fact that it's ending up on this video clearly means that I have been loving it. And trust me, I have been loving this fragrance so much. I have the fragrance notes pulled up on my phone from the Labo website because I honestly don't know them by heart. But it says, Matcha tea accord is infused with a creamy fig note, grounded by soft vetiver and textural cedar woods, and uplifted by enticing bitter orange. The best way I could describe this fragrance and really encapsulate it in words is an earthy, creamy, and almost like herbally fragrance. I don't know how to explain it. It's such a unique fragrance that I've never really smelled anything like this before. However, when it mixes with my body chemistry, it pulls really creamy and almost like herbally, just like the tea. Don't think of a vanilla creamy kind of matcha latte. It definitely pulls a lot more earthier, not necessarily spicy, but it has those more earthy, greening kind of notes. It just smells like, I don't want to say grass. It doesn't smell like grass, but it smells like outside in the best way possible. Not like you've been spending the day outside, but like you open the door on a nice spring morning and the breeze gives you like a nice whiff of outside and it smells like gentle, creamy florals and nice greenery is the best way I could describe this. The lasting power on this is actually insane. I've never tried a Labo fragrance before. I've wanted to for the past few years. However, when I spray this on like around like 8, 9 a.m. in the morning, I still smell it on me by 6 or 7 p.m. I want to say it stops projecting maybe around like 2 to 3 p.m. at that point, but I can still smell it on my skin. I spray this on like clothes and I'll wash them in the dryer, and I use scent beads. And even when it's out of the washer and dryer, I still smell this perfume on the clothes. It is insane. And do I need the validation? No, I don't. But when I wore this out in public, I would get multiple compliments a day saying that I smell really good. And what I love is when people say you smell good, not, oh, your perfume smells good. Because the way this mixes on me, it honestly smells like me, but like better. It just, like really, it just almost like is me in a fragrance. It's so earthy. I love earthy fragrances. It's earthy without being too spicy. It's the perfect amount of like grounding notes, and then the creaminess from the fig just makes this such a nice, inviting, and gentle fragrance. All right, taking it back to makeup, I want to tell you guys about this highlighter that I tried. And the highlighter that I'm talking about is the Chanel Diamond Dust Oversized Illuminating Powder. When you see this on camera and when I pop up the photo, the camera really does not do justice at showing this. My lights kind of make it too bright, and like even on my phone camera, it just doesn't do it justice. You really need to swatch this in person. I bought this on a whim. I did not need this, but I saw it when I was on the way to the Philippines at the airport, and it was stunning. And the lady told me that they only come out with a highlighter like this every single like winter season, I want to say, for like their holiday collection. And this highlighter is genuinely like the most creamy, buttery, sparkly, scattered, glittery highlighter that I've ever used. I've wanted to try the Fenty Diamond Balm for so long, but I have not been compelled to buy it. Whenever I swatch in the store, yeah, it's pretty, but this is what I wanted that Fenty Diamond Balm to be. The scattered glitteriness, but it doesn't get so messy that it gets everywhere on your face. It really like melts into your skin nicely. And if you're someone like me with that neutral pinky peach undertone, this is gonna look really beautiful because it has those nice gold tones in it, but then it has that pinky shift to it. I like using this on my eyes. I love using it on the nose. I use this as more of a topper than my regular highlight, so I'll go in with another highlighter and then I'll really pop this on like the highest point so that when I hit the light, it almost gives this nice dimensional like effect. I will say it is very pricey. It is Chanel, but they were not lying when they said oversized. This is gonna last me years. This is literally like, it's almost the size of my face. The next product I want to talk about is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I have mine in the shade Too Neutral Light, and if you have an exact skin tone to me or something similar, for reference, I'm shade 190 in Fenty, I'm shade Light Medium 10 Pat McGrath, I'm shade 220 in House Labs, I'm also shade 11 in the Fenty Blur Stick, and I'm even shade Vienna in NARS. The undertone and the shade of this setting powder is what I wanted Huda Beauty Pound Cake to be. I thought Pound Cake was gonna be this shade, but this is the perfect neutral undertone setting powder. It doesn't lean too yellow, it doesn't lean too peachy. It is literally so neutral that it doesn't brighten up my face too much. It brings enough brightness to my under eyes and the center of my face, but when I apply it on the entirety of my face, it just softly blurs and it doesn't brighten it too much, because sometimes when I use Pound Cake all over my face, it almost lightens up my foundation, lightens up my blush, and I don't want that. And although this is geared to more, I want to say, combination dry skin because it is talc free and it's definitely more blurring, I wore this in the Philippines when it was 80-90 degrees. My makeup did not budge at all. My makeup looked better as like the day went on, because I felt like the way my oils just mixed with the powder, it still looked so blurred and set. It didn't look dewy, but it didn't look so matte and cakey. It was the perfect like skin-like powder. If you've ever used the Kosas Cloud Set powder, I think you would absolutely love the Makeup by Mario loose powder. It almost reminds me of the Kosas if it were in a loose form. And the one thing I have been begging Kosas to come out with is a loose version of the Cloud Set powder, because I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. But for now, this will suffice, and this is a favorite of mine. Similarly to the Makeup by Mario setting powder, the Makeup by Mario setting spray has been one of my favorite products as well. Let me get this out of the way. This setting spray is not an industrial kind of proof setting spray. It is nothing like the one size. It does not make your makeup smudge proof or transfer proof. However, sometimes I don't need that, and not everyone needs that as well. I do layer this underneath my one size setting spray if I really want my makeup to be like extremely budge proof. However, on the day-to-day basis, this really does boost the longevity of my makeup and makes it last a lot longer. This reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray if the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray wasn't sticky, because I do find that sometimes the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray you can really feel the film on it and your face almost feels a little sticky and stiff. However, this is really comfortable and thin on the face. It has a nice mister to it. It is super fine and lays on the skin really nicely. Especially in this winter weather, you really don't want to be using something like the one size on the daily because it can dry and irritate your skin. However, this one right here is amazing because it does boost longevity. Even though it doesn't make your makeup necessarily transfer proof, it does make it transfer less than if you were to wear it without any setting spray at all. So if you are looking for a setting spray that melts in your makeup, makes it last longer throughout the day, doesn't feel stiff, sticky, or filmy on your face, then this is amazing. The next product I want to talk about is a body care product, and it's the only body care product in this video, and that is the Naturium Biolipid Restoring Body Lotion. It takes a lot for a body product to truly impress me, only because I am really picky when it comes to it. I have eczema, I have keratosis pilaris, and it's just, I don't know, not a lot of body products really work for me, but Naturium never fails me. And that is obviously no exception when it came to this body lotion. This is not the first time I've used this body lotion. The last time I used this body lotion was summer of 2023. And after I finished it, I didn't repurchase it. Not really sure why, but I was using it in the summer. And I want to say that in the summer, maybe this felt a little bit too rich for me. But right now in the winter, when my eczema is acting up, when the weather is really cold and dry, this body lotion has been a game changer and a skin saver. Right here on the bottle, it says it has omega fatty acids, shea butter, and vitamins, plus sodium PCA. And all these with the lipids and everything are really good at repairing your skin barrier and kind of fortifying that skin barrier to keep in moisture so that you don't lose it throughout the day. To the touch, this makes my skin feel extremely softened and nourished. However, this does not leave the body with a greasy feel. Sometimes whenever I use a rich body cream or rich body butter, I find that if I like drag my finger across my skin, my finger will look shiny, and then sometimes it gets on my clothes and then my clothes are stained with oils, and I hate when that happens. I have not had this happen with this body lotion at all. It absorbs like so instantly fast. It doesn't feel like it left your skin. Like, it definitely still feels like it's on there, but you don't really feel it to the touch, and it just feels so weightless. But like, it almost feels like you didn't put anything, but like in the way that it's just like, it's just not there, but it feels so moisturizing and nourished. It's such like a hard like way to describe it. It's just so good. And as you can see, it's definitely been used. Like, it's definitely below the halfway mark. And when I went to the Philippines recently in the winter, I even used the travel size, and this was really good in the Philippines weather as well. Even though it was much more humid and much hotter there, it still like was really good in there, not too heavy at all. Next product I wanted to talk about is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. This foundation has been such a fan favorite for those who have tried it in the beauty community, and I did try it a couple months ago, liked it, didn't love it, but now that I'm back to it, I cannot put this down. This foundation does contain alcohol pretty high on the ingredient list. I know that sounds scary because it might sound drying, but I promise you it is not drying at all, especially with the way that we prep our skin with in the winter time. The alcohol on this is a really volatile ingredient, meaning that once you apply it on your skin, it kind of leaves the skin really fast. And I like that a lot because it gives it a nice quick dry down, but it's enough time to blend out the foundation. It is a super long wearing foundation, but it looks radiant on the skin. I am wearing it right now, and as you can see, the skin looks really perfected and radiant still. I am wearing highlighter on the high points, but other than that, the under eyes, everything doesn't look matte. It just looks nice, satin, and skin-like. It comes at a hefty price point of, I want to say $70, but 1000%, it is worth every single bit of your gold coin. The next product I want to talk about is the Saie Sunmelt Cream Bronzer. What I really like about this is that although it is a cream bronzer, it does not feel glossy or sticky on the face. It has a nice thin formula to it. It doesn't feel like you're slapping on like oils or cream. It melts into the skin perfectly, and when you're wearing foundation, it melts into the foundation really nicely as well. My favorite way of using this is dipping in the e.l.f. buffing foundation brush. I think that is the perfect density. I can even feel like you could go in with a fluffier brush as well if you want more of a diffused look, but I do like a more focused look. And using this bronzer was almost like going back to my classics, what brought me back into why I started doing makeup, because one of the first makeup products that I ever used was the Saie Sunmelt Bronzer back in Christmas of like 2021, 2022, and it was amazing, and I don't know why I ever stopped using it, but I'm just really glad I'm back to using it. And the other thing that I really like about this, which is such a small thing, but it is something that I noticed, and it's that there really is no fragrance. It has like a natural fragrance from the ingredients in there, but something that I hate is whenever bronzers use that like artificial coconut scent, just because number one, it's really predictable, and number two, it's so overdone, but also number three, I don't like fragrance a lot in my makeup products, especially when it's just like a coconutty bronzer. I'm just like, this feels so cheap because it's so overdone. And last but not least, the final favorite product of the month of January is the Eadem Chouchou Lip Softening Lip Balm. This softens and exfoliates your lips, but it doesn't over exfoliate to make them dry. It just kind of sloths off the dead skin, which is what I love about it. I'm getting some of the information right off the Sephora app. It says it has a spread it polymer, which creates a shiny gloss that spreads evenly and keeps color within the lip line, and I can absolutely say that it's true. And it has Brazilian acai and African mongongo butters, deeply nourishes and locks in long-lasting moisture while delivering protective antioxidants, and the hibiscus enzymes and lactic acid gently buffs dry, flaky skin instantly so lips can absorb the formula's rich, occlusive moisture. And it also has collagen boosting peptides, which restore suppleness and reduce fine lines for naturally plump lips. I have mine in the shade Butter Mochi, which is just a clear shade. And although it is just a clear lip balm, I do sometimes find that clear lip balms on me almost pull milky white or sometimes look too glassy, if that's even possible, but this is like the perfect clear. And one of the things I look for in lip balms are peptides, and I'm so glad that this does have peptides in them because I instantly noticed the way this blurs the look of my lines on my lips, and I really don't have that many, but when I do apply it, I do notice how kind of pillowy and glassy my lips do look. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is what the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm wanted to be. The Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm is just too thin for me, and I don't feel like that it hugs my lips anymore. This, I really feel it wrapping around my lips, but it doesn't feel thick, it doesn't bother me, it's not sticky, and it doesn't do the thing where it like collects in like the inner rim of your lips and like that white stuff. It is literally so perfect. It is really hard to impress me when it comes to lip balm because I've tried so many throughout the years. Girl, I've been testing lip balms out since I was at the age of 7. You thought I was obsessed with lip balms now? Girl, you should have seen me collecting those EOS lip balms at the age of 7 years old. That concludes my February? Girl, we are in January. That concludes my January beauty favorites. I really hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you found it informational, and if that any of these products were something on your wish list, I hope you found it helpful to know what I thought about it if you care about my opinion that much. As always, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and like, and comment down below which of these products surprise you the most, or which of these you really want to try the most after hearing more about them. Follow me on TikTok and keep up with me on Instagram. I will have all my socials and Linktree down below, and I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope to see you next month in my February favorites.